I caught my husband sneaking out at 2 a.m. for the third time this week, and my first thought was obvious. He's sleeping with someone else. He'd been distant for months, cold in bed, always checking the clock, always working late. I was exhausted by the suspicion, the gnawing pit in my stomach every time he got a text and left the room. So when he slipped on his shoes and grabbed his keys, I followed him, barefoot, heart pounding so hard I thought I might throw up. He drove across town to a dingy diner, the sort of place where affairs start or end. I watched from the parking lot, my hands shaking, as he slid into a booth with a stranger in a cheap suit. They talked in hushed tones, my husband's face drawn and anxious. There was no sign of a woman, no lingering touches or secret smiles, just paperwork, a laptop, and my husband's credit card sliding across the table. I waited, barely breathing, until they got up to leave. That's when the man handed my husband a thick envelope, and I heard the words that made my blood run cold. "You'll know by Monday if she's lying." I stumbled back, piecing it together. He wasn't cheating. He was having me followed. He'd hired a private investigator, convinced I was the one sneaking around. All those late nights, the fights about trust, the icy silences, it wasn't about him at all. He'd already decided I was guilty, and instead of talking to me, he'd gone behind my back, tracking my every move, probably for weeks. The sickest part was that I hadn't done anything wrong, except maybe stop loving him the way I used to. Standing there in the shadows, I realized the real betrayal wasn't an affair. It was the fact that we'd both become strangers, locked in a cold war of suspicion, so far gone we'd rather spy on each other than talk. I wanted to storm in, demand answers, scream that he was the one who broke us. But all I could do was watch him drive away, clutching evidence that didn't exist, while I wondered if I'd ever really known him at all, or if I'd just been waiting for someone to give me permission to leave.